Hello, I'm Magnus Eklund with Synergetic Mobility Lab and Yoga. Today we're going to talk about sitting, which some of us do a lot of. Some of us do a lot more than others. So sitting in this position in our modern chair or in a car is not great for our low backs. It shortens the hip flexors. So if we sit like this for 8 hours a day, then when we stand up, many people have low back pain. The hip flexors, and we can look at the skeleton here. Hip flexors are the muscles that will lift the leg up. So we're talking about the quads, some of the adductors, the psoas particular, going from the inside of the femur through the body attaching to the back. They get shortened up in this position, and then when we straighten up, these muscles still want to stay short. So we start getting pain in the low back. So there's a really great antidote for this. Some people call it the paleo squat. It's basically a low squat. It's different than a bodyweight squat. So I'm just going to sit down in this position, just go straight down. You should be able to sit like this for at least 3 minutes. It shouldn't be any tension anywhere. If you can't sit like this, it means your ankles are open, your knees are open, the hip joints are starting to get open, your sacroiliac joints. I like to keep my elbows on the insides of the knees. This is a great way I can push out like so, or I can push one side at a time. I'm pushing left side, or I can push right side. So really open the hips up. External rotation is the position I'm looking for. That way the sacrum can sit well in your pelvis. So stay in here for several minutes and then just find a way of slowly coming up, standing, shaking loose. So try this out at home, folks. It's a great way to combat that sitting position that we're often in. So here's a variation for those of you that have a hard time getting down on the floor. You just hold on to a doorway and you work your way down. You might not be able to have your heels on the ground, but if you're holding on to something, it's a lot easier to keep those heels down. If you're really tight in your Achilles tendon, it's going to look something like this. So then you can hold on to this doorway and just rock back and sit into it. And then slowly open those knees, press those knees out to open up your hips. Your feet can be slightly turned out, but you might even be able to turn your feet straight forward and then push the knees out. But I like having the feet slightly turned out. Feels more comfortable for me. And then lengthen the spine. Lengthening the spine is another important part of this. I'm Magnus Eklund with Synergetic Mobility Lab and Yoga. Check us out at mindandbodyinc.com.